Non-duality. We say, I stopped seeking. And what does that mean, actually? I stopped seeking now, but I'm listening to anything available to me. I'm reading all the books and visiting all the teachers. But I've stopped seeking because I've been told that I'm already that. That's another mind trap. When we say, start from the fact that you're already that, it means to test it out for yourself. And it will be eventually seen that you are not the body or the mind. And all the concepts will be seen as the concepts. So when the body-mind completely dissolves, just body-mind idea, body-mind belief completely dissolves, what actually happens is it's clearly seen that we are no thing. If someone told you at that moment, you are no thing, you'll be laughing. You will be taking this as the best compliment you've ever received by someone. But it seems the mind trap kicks in again. We go to dozens of meetings, we go to hundreds of meetings, doesn't matter. And came to a sort of half of recognition. We see certain concepts were unreal, but somehow the me seems still in there, doesn't want to dissolve, doesn't dissolve. We know already that me is illusion, that it never had independent nature on its own. But the belief in the thinker and the doership is still there. So what we do now? Some people call it some concepts like awakening. I don't know what it is, but it seems I'm just saying that from what I've heard. I'm not into spirituality much, so I don't know these terms and how they work, or by the knowledge, by the schools and of spirituality or whatever. I can only say what comes up as an insight, comes out from nothingness. So I'm already that, and I stopped the search, but I'm reading all the teachers, I'm checking them all out, I'm listening to every teacher, reading all the books. And why? Because me loves itself. It loves to accumulate, it loves to say, I know it all about spirituality now. I'll never shut up. And I'll correct everyone. I know better. I've got knowledge. I'll even repeat the proper phrases about the knowing, about the intelligence, life essence, energy, awareness, consciousness. I know it all. And I'll teach you all about it because I'm a teacher. There is nothing wrong with that. It's all the play, as everything else. There is a school teacher, there is a university teacher. They teach you the knowledge. Now, you've been taught spirituality. And it's good as what these guys are called, like New Age thing, can make you feel better. Even when we say that nothing wrong with the teaching, and because some people have recognized their true nature by being in an accident, falling off a tree, being in a car accident, something might fall on top of your head, and then you forget who you were. Now you're born again without a me. So anything can be your guru, a bird, a plant, nature. Maybe investigate this and see, unless you investigated to see who you were or you not, have a proper look. If you didn't do that, most likely the me will be still in there. It will have its resentments, likes and dislikes a lot, and it will dwell on things. Someone said this to me or said that to me, I'll never forgive them. When the me dissolves, you don't care what anyone says. Now again, I'll speak on my own experience. I'm not sure how accurate it is, but this just came through this body, and maybe I might have come across this some like afterwards, hearing it somewhere as well. So I'm thinking could be right. When you know there is readiness about recognizing your true nature, when you go for a meeting and you hear teachers speaking, and you love everything they say. You don't have to love it, but you accept everything they say. You know that they're no thing, and they know obviously what they're talking about. It's not by knowledge, but they recognize their natural state, that which has been recognized once when we were a little child before the reasoning capacity kicked in. And there will be such a passion about grasping the message that it will seem the most important thing in our lives. You know, I want this, I just want to get through this, and the falseness of, from ideas. And yeah, there is a chance the message will be grasped quick by no one. There will be resonance. But if you go to a meeting and you start dissecting words and saying, oh, he said this or she said that, and that's wrong, I disagree, and I agree with this, I disagree with that. It's like more when there is resonance, when there is honesty or earnestness, whatever I call it, just it's like passionate, like yeah. And you wonder, what you said this last time, now you change your mind, you're saying something else. This is all me speaking that doesn't want to go. Also, when you go to non-duality meetings and you'd rather hang around with people from the same room to spread some spiritual gossip or to find a relationship, a spiritual someone who is compatible to you. Again, another relating, another ego trip. Unlikely that the message will be going through the sensors at that point. Yes, I am that, you'll say. Anyway, you are. But there's suffering. And you'll say, I know, no one suffers. But there will be suffering, it will seem real. Some things you might have seen through, but the me is still there. Apparently, it's not there, never was, never will be. But the belief in me obtaining enlightenment is still there somewhere. A mind trap. The same mind that tells you to go to the meeting to recognize your true nature. And it will tell you, yeah, I know, I don't need to be enlightened, I'm already that, I'm already the light. But then the same mind will send you on search. And you'll never stop searching. Never. To investigate, to see what you are not. Or what you truly are. When that pause, when you pause the thought and put in a pause button, press the pause button, there is a silence, there is a stillness, stunningness, joy, unconditional love. People call it bliss, all the concepts. If I say happiness, it's going to be a concept. Yes, but there is underlying silence and stillness that might be loved more than any manifestation, any trip, any luxurious house, a car. The silence that underlies the noise, the sound, which is everywhere, is stunning. The stillness that underlies the movement, you're going to fall in love with it. You're going to fall in love with nothing, nothingness. At the bottom of the ocean, there's nothing there. But there's no void either. And you'll know that the waves will appear out of the ocean, like the weather, the wind, the rain, sunshine, snow, and all will settle down back into the ocean, appearing and disappearing, appearing and disappearing. And you'll know whatever plays around the bit, does it little play, the wave play, waves back into the ocean, into the silence of the stillness, into the home you never left, beloved ocean, which constantly whispers if you listen. Just listen to the silence. But if you find that the listening of your own voice, of knowledge, is very important to you, that it's more loved than the silence and the stillness, and the peace, the wisdom, the wholeness, emptiness, fullness, then investigate and have a look. Stop right there. Pause the thought. When we pause, In that pause, pure awareness reveals itself to us. And the thought comes back. And the thought that came back, it came on pure awareness, came from the silence, from emptiness. And that's exactly what all is about. Seeing that the thought is not coming from the thinker, but it's coming from the ocean of silence, from the emptiness. So you lay in your bed in the morning and the thoughts come. In the past it used to be, I'm thinking, the thoughts, it's driving me crazy. I'm trying to work out what to do during the day. But now, it will be like the thoughts come from the emptiness and the planning happens spontaneously. Even not planning happens. But the thinker was never there. And the saying when you open your eyes in the morning was already there. You didn't have to wait for your mind, for the thoughts to say, I see, or I hear. The seeing, the hearing were already so. The pure intelligence is already there. But the person, the mask, says, I see, and I hear, and I know. It loves itself. It's separation. But at the same time, it hates itself. When it feels isolated and miserable, when it looks for something desperately, it has never lost. It searches and searches for home, for love. Somehow it seems like as we are searching for love since we are 2.5, since the separation happened, since we were told you are such and such, that's your name, that's your family, that's your nationality, that's your country, that's your continent, that's your space, and that's their space. And then you say, yeah, I'm separate little me of misery. And little me of misery is looking for love that has never left. That conditional love is with you right here, right now, as we speak, as we listen, as the listening is happening, as the speaking is happening, as the hearing, knowing, seeing is happening. Maybe see what is looking for these eyes. These eyes, are they attached to something, to some little me, some little entity? Are they free floating? What's behind these eyes? Is there end to them, to the seeing through the eyes? What's the back of it? Or is it bottomless seeing? A pair of bottomless eyes called seeing. Nothing to do with you as an individual. So don't claim anything. Don't say, I've done this. Today I had an experience. Whatever you say, it's not it. You can repeat whatever you hear or see. But if it genuinely doesn't come from the emptiness, that's not it. You can know all the knowledge and repeat you know it all. You'll say, pure awareness, that's what I am. Everything is like Shakti and Shiva, you're going to say. But the background is a silence. The mind will make you say all of this. But unless it's genuine, the sense of something there will be still present, some hook or attachment or imaginary hook. But there is no hook on a space. We can write on a space, we can leave the space, drill a hole in the space. Everything is contained in a space. Space contains everything. And you cannot leave it. And you can't leave what is. And the best is to be left unmodified, unchanged, uncorrected, unfixated. If you do not fixate on anything or judge anything, the thoughts, the events, if the watching is happening without involvement, it will be seen that we never did a thing, we never made a decision, we never had a choice. It's choiceless. It's hopeless. There's no hope. And there's no purpose. It's purposeless. The life has no purpose. So why not rest in it? In the awareness, consciousness. It's not your consciousness, there is only consciousness, so all awareness. We won't separate, it's all concept, but we have to say it in the words. I'll have to say Shakespeare's, it's nothing's either good or bad, but thinking makes it so, because that says it all. If you don't give the name or concept to anything, we'll know what it is. You'll still know it, like a little child when it looks around without a labeling. If you look around without labeling anything, you'll know what everything is. As soon as we give it a name, perception, concept, we all look at the same thing conceptually. Everyone has an idea about a door, a window, or a tree from the memory, me memory, because we tend to attach it to a past event. This happened to me as I was sitting under the tree. Okay, an apple fell down and hit me in my head. I hate the tree. Or you might see certain building and say, wow, I had great experience in that building. Or I learned something in there. I had a diploma in there. Or I hated it because I had to study. Or you might hear some music, some music that you heard in the past, and that will recall a certain event from the past. So again, it's memory. Might have met someone and danced with them with a tune, and each time you hear the tune, it reminds you of that someone or your past relationship and so on. But if we see everything is perfect right here, right now, in this very moment, in this infinity, endless moment, timeless. And everything is seen as is, no naming, no labeling. Every word has been learned, invented by man. So everything's seen as is. We know what it is, but we won't get involved emotionally with that. So it won't be your perception or their perception of the same thing. I see the plant, I don't like plants. Or I like the plants. No, I like the dogs, I like the cats. I don't like the birds. It's all mine thing. I like this and I like that. But if you see what is, without naming pets or dogs or cats, all is just happening, all is seen, and all is as is. All is just happening in the space. Okay, thank you very much.